Hey guys, it's Danielle K. White. Welcome inside of my bathroom. One of the common questions we get at my salon is how do you do those signature NBR curls? I actually have a couple different ways that I love curling my hair. I use the same iron, but I do a little bit different technique. So I'm actually gonna talk to you about Beachy waves versus Voluminous bouncy waves and I'm gonna do Beachy waves on one side and bouncy waves on one side. So I do have a fresh, clean hair. I just finished blow drying it, so I'm ready to go ahead and get started with curling my extensions with my natural hair. So one of the things that I recommend, and this is actually how I curl all of my clients' hair, is I like to section this top layer off right above the top row here. I don't want to put too much heat on my natural hair, and I like to curl the extensions first, and then because my layers are a little bit shorter, I like to curl those last and really just blend those into the extensions. So on this side, we're actually going to start with my Beachy waves, and then we're going to move over to this side, and I'm going to show you how to get a little bit more volume, a little bit more of a bouncy curl. So let's go ahead and get started. So I typically always use the 1-inch iron. I feel like when the curls settle and fall, it's just the perfect amount of curl. I think a lot of clients are intimidated by the 1-inch barrel because I think it's too small of a barrel, but once you actually comb your curls out, this is the perfect size. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm going to take small 1-inch sections when I'm curling my hair, and I like to run it through a couple times, and then I'm actually gonna start by curling away from my face. And you'll notice that I start at the base of the weft and I'm working my way down, and I've left the end out. And then once I get about here, because this is the Beachy side, I'm going to unwind this curl, and I'm really gonna kind of stretch the curl and then bring the iron through it very, very last. So again, working with small sections is gonna give you a little bit more longevity in your curls. So take the extra time to do it right and take smaller sections, and again, your curls will last a little bit longer. So again, I've got this section in, I'm gonna slowly unwind and just pull this end through. And then you can see that my ends are not stick straight, they have a little bit of a bend to it. And again, moving on to the next section, small 1-inch sections, really concentrating the heat at the base of the weft. And then I kind of open my barrel ever so slightly. And then again, I'm gonna unwind, stretch the curl, and pull that end all the way through. Okay, so once I've kind of done the first pass, this is when I'll go underneath, and these pieces are a little bit trickier. So I'll go under here and grab them and mix them in with my natural hair. And I have my barrel angled this way just so I can get tighter underneath there. But then when I pull the curl out, I'm gonna flip my iron vertical to really give me the same stretch on that curl. So again, unwinding and pulling through the end. So this is how I typically get the back of my hair, is I actually go through this window area. Okay, so I've curled all of the extensions, and you can see I dropped this top layer, and I'm gonna take very small sections, and I actually like to mix it with a little bit of the extension hair. So I'm gonna take my natural hair and the extension hair. I'm gonna actually turn down my iron 1 degree because I'm working with my natural hair and it is finer. And then again, I'm just going to blend these short layers into my extensions. Same technique, again, I just like to drop it down last and really just blend it into the extensions. I typically like to curl my bangs last, and I like to direct them forward and split them in two. So you can see I have an even smaller section. And again, I'm over directing my bangs forward. Same technique, I'm still gonna kind of drag this and pull that through. But again, I like the look when you direct it forward, you get a little bit of that curtain bang effect. And then I'm going through just around my face here to make sure I got any other little pieces. I always make sure that I get the window underneath here, make sure I got all of that curled. Okay, so this is my beachy side. Typically what I like to do is just let the curls cool and then brush it out. So we're gonna give it a minute, and then I'll take my Isla brush and I'll gently comb everything out. And this is just, again, this is gonna give it a little bit more of a loose, relaxed wave, a little bit more of like that beachy texture. So this is kind of more, I would say, my everyday curl if I just want like a really soft wave. So here's this side, and then on the other side I'm gonna demonstrate how I do a little bit more of a bouncy, voluminous curl. And again, both using the same iron, the technique's just a little bit different. Okay guys, so here is the beachy waves, and now we're gonna get started with the bouncy curls. So the main difference with this curl is you actually wanna concentrate a lot of the heat at the ends and wrap the ends in instead of pulling them out. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I take about the same size sections, and I'm still gonna curl away from my face, but did you notice that I started by wrapping the ends and then working my way up, versus the beachy wave, I start at the base and work my way down. So again, you're gonna notice a much fuller curl, and it's gonna give you a completely different look when you comb it out. Again, making sure I get that end wrapped in the iron and working my way up. So same technique when I curl the back of my hair. I like to take underneath sections so I can get the curl really close to the base. Okay, so you can see right out of the gate, these curls look a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the top, gently comb this out. And same technique I did on the other side is I'll grab small sections of my real hair and the extension hair and just bend that in. And I've already gone through and curled the ends, so I'm just literally taking my top layers and blending everything in. And then again, I like to curl my bangs last. I'm gonna direct everything, I always direct them slightly forward no matter what style I'm going with. And then I might take, if you want even a few more that are a little bit of a tighter curl, a trick that I like to do is I'll take a smaller piece and I'll actually wrap it around my iron. When you do a wrap curl, to me, this holds the curl and will also give you a little bit more of a bouncy curl. If I were to do my entire head this way, I'd have definitely a tighter curl, so I'm not really going with that look. I definitely want more of a bouncy curl, but sometimes I like incorporating a few tighter pieces like this, and when I brush it out, it just has a little bit more texture and fullness to it. Okay, so once I've got everything curled, again, I'm gonna let it cool. A lot of times I like to spray it before I brush it out, and then I'll be patient and let it kind of sit for maybe like 3 to 4 minutes. And then again, I'll take my Isla brush and just gently comb everything out. And you can see how using a small barrel, don't be intimidated. Once you brush it out, I feel like it's a really actually pretty fairly relaxed curl. But you can see the difference between these two curls is this one is just a little bit more bouncy, a little fuller, totally different look. This might be like my date night hair, something a little bit more full. And then this is just kind of like a cute beachy everyday curl. But you can see using one iron, the two different looks that you can get. And again, it's just kind of fun to play around depending on what your mood is. I feel like this one is a little more dressy of a curl and this one's a little bit more casual. So you guys, I hope that helped. That is my curling tips for creating these voluminous or bouncy curls versus a more relaxed beach wave using the same iron. And again, the difference in the techniques is this one, as I'm wrapping, I'm concentrating the heat at the base of the weft. Then remember, I'm unwinding it and I'm really stretching the curl, versus this one, I'm actually starting to wrap at the bottom and work my way up. That's why it's gonna give me more fullness at the bottom, because I started at the bottom and worked my way up. So I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed this curling tutorial. Make sure to tune in every week for more hair tips, subscribe, and go ahead, and if you're interested in any of our education, we have Natural Beauty Rose Hair Extension Education. You can click on the link below for information on that. Or if you want to come visit myself or one of my team members at my salon located in Laguna Beach, California, I'm also going to drop a link to my salon page as well. All right, you guys, that's it for today, and hope you got a lot of value out of this curling tutorial with me.